One of the hottest topics inside my $7 program has to do with targeting. How do you utilize the Facebook ads platform to target people whose interests aren't actually listed inside the ads manager? This has been an ongoing concern and question over the last several months as Facebook keeps taking targeting options away. Well, I want you guys to stop thinking so one-dimensional when it comes to targeting. Think about the days whenever I worked in television, the olden days. Think about this. Back in 2002, when I did commercials, I couldn't tell certain television networks to only put this commercial in front of a certain type of person, right? Let's say we had a commercial for a brand new toy. Well, the best place to put that was in the Saturday morning cartoons. If I had a product that was specifically made for women, we put those in the soap opera block. So back in the day, that was my only targeting options. And so whenever the Facebook ads platform came to be, all of a sudden we could target anything that we wanted. I could put those commercials in front of the exact type of person. But over the last several years, Facebook has been slowly taking away a lot of the detailed targeting that so many of you guys have been depending on to get advertising success. Well, what do you do now when all of those targeting interests are slowly being taken away? And I will be extremely brave to say this, but I believe that in the next year or so, Facebook's not even going to allow us to put any targeting in. They're going to want us to depend on them to put our ads in front of the right person. But for now, we still have a lot of targeting options left. Now, it is super easy for people like me who are in the internet marketing space to put our ads in front of people who like Russell Brunson, Amy Porterfield, people like that, right? But what happens when you're in a health niche? One of my agency clients targets women who are having infertility issues. Back in the day, we could target infertility issues all day long. How do we do that right now? Well, I went to my client and I asked her, I said, how would you describe your ideal client? And she's like, Laurel, I don't think that my ideal client is in the South. No offense, because I'm in the South. I didn't take any offense to that. And she was like, most of my clients really don't come from the Midwest. Mostly they come from the East Coast. They come from the West Coast. I was like, okay, that's super interesting because that literally eliminates half the women in the country, right? And so I was like, tell me a little bit more. What do they do on the daily? And she's like, they love going to SoulCycle. They wear Lululemon. And so as she was describing to me her ideal client, I was able to put together a couple of little profiles that we were able to target inside the Facebook Ads Manager. I'll give you another example. Just this past week, I did a workshop where someone wanted to put their anxiety offer in front of people who have anxiety. Well, if you look inside the Facebook Ads Manager, you can't target people with anxiety. But if we do a little research, and by the way, this only took me 5 minutes to figure out that most of the people who suffer from anxiety are women. There's more than half of the women population that suffer from anxiety, more so than men. So already, if we're targeting the US and we just target women, that took away half of the people in the US right there. Now, if we look deeper into those demographics, they're ages 35 to 54. Again, we're trimming away some of the other targeting, which is going to bring our targeting down, our audience size down. And then we found out that they're basically community service workers, social service workers. They're also people who work in education. And so once we layered in those demographics, we came up with a nice size of 4 to 5 million people that student could actually put her anxiety offer in front of. And so we have to stop thinking about targeting based on a problem level. Yes, it makes it easy, but for some of you guys, you're gonna have to go deeper. Remember, targeting is not only targeting people who are searching for specific problems. You have to see where on social media are my ideal clients hanging out. And a lot of times they won't be hanging out in the problem-solving places that you're targeting. A lot of it is just knowing exactly who your audience is and what are the things that they're doing on a daily basis. I have a student right now that's in my $7 program who's trying to target male executives. And as he's putting in executive targeting, his audience is getting smaller and smaller. And so he's like, how do I target these executives in a way that's not going to shrink my audience? Well, if you think about the same thing, right? Who are these? They're likely males, probably 35 to 55. They're probably executives, most likely. They travel frequently. You can target that. What brand of clothes are they wearing? Where are they shopping? What are their behaviors? Do they like expensive things like black car services? Maybe some of them take Uber, probably not Lyft, but mostly. Like, what are the services that executives do? They probably eat out a lot. So there's a lot of things that you can still target that is going to put your ad in front of the right audience, but you have to stop thinking, well, Facebook won't let me target based on the problem I'm solving. So then you have to take a look at, how can I target the specific person that's going to buy my product? So hopefully this little off the cuff video helped a lot of you guys with your targeting, because guys, targeting is not going to get easier. We're going to have to think outside of the box. What are the behaviors that our audience is doing? Who are they following? What TV shows are they watching? What are they eating? What are they wearing? All of these things are places on the Facebook ads platform that you could actually find your target audience. So let me know if you found this helpful. Throw down a like, throw down a heart, throw down a comment. Tell me you loved it, you hated it. If you have any questions, throw them in the comments. I answer every single one of my comments or questions. And so hopefully this served you, and I will see you guys in the next video.